Hello and welcome to this session on passion. In this session, we're going to focus on selling tips. You've already identified your passion and you want to be able to take it further. So I'm just going to give you 5 suggestions on what you can do. The first one is very obvious. You remember the story I gave about Becky and how good she was at baking? And she would bake for her friends and her relatives every time someone had a birthday. Well, what about Becky approaching them and saying, do you know anyone else? So first thing, ask your friends, ask your relatives, those who believe in you, to recommend you, to recommend whatever it is that you're doing, what your product is, what your passion is. That's number 1. Number 2 is build an online presence. As you can see, you're on social media right now. That means that you have a Facebook account. How about using your Facebook account, joining groups that are already set up on Facebook to sell, and begin to sell what you believe in. You have to be strong enough to face up to it and let people make whatever comments they want to make. But there will be someone there who believes in you. And it exposes you to a much, much bigger market than if it was just your friends. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't look towards your local neighborhood and the local networks. That gives us number 3. Who is there locally that you can approach? Is there a matatu service that you think would be best promote your posters, for example, and they could put them on the back windows or on the sides? Or would you be able to talk to your local chief or leader if it is something that requires the community to actually know that you're trying to make a big change and they can communicate to everybody else? Think about that. Looking closely at the local market, even online. If you check, you'll be surprised to find that there are actually websites that focus on what takes place quite close to you. And you just need to find those markets and start looking to promote your passion. And there's just one thing that often happens, which is most unfortunate: negativity. There are those people who just don't believe that you can do it. And sometimes they're people who are very close to you. There is another video that really talks about that, and it became an extremely popular one. Really, sometimes the people who are closest to you can be your worst enemies. They don't even realize it, but they don't believe that you can do what you're doing. So the thing is, do you believe? Do you believe that is your passion? Just ignore negative people and focus on what your values are. And that's the best way to move forward. And the 5th thing is, do not complain. You chose to do this. You want to succeed. It's not easy to start, but the benefits are huge. Believe you me, it just takes time. But in there, in your spirit, there lies that passion that is not the same as anybody else's. It's different, even when it looks similar. You're different, but you can make that difference become what is the selling point. So take your passion, get out there, and start making a difference. Good luck. Take care.